Hello, let's discuss on photosynthesis in higher plant. What is photosynthesis? Photosynthesis is the process by which green plant prepare their own food in the presence of sunlight, carbon dioxide and water. In green plant, there is a special pigment called the chlorophyll pigment that provides a green color to the plant. This chlorophyll helps to carry out photosynthesis, and the process by which plant can prepare their own food, and it is due to this reason that plants are also called as the autotroph. Photosynthesis is important because of two reasons. The first reason is that photosynthesis is the primary source of all the food on the earth, and second reason is that photosynthesis is also responsible for releasing oxygen into the atmosphere by the green plant. Let's discuss on some of the early experiments conducted to understand the process of photosynthesis. A scientist named Joseph Priestley in 1770 conducted an experiment using a bell jar, a mouse, a candle, and a mint plant. In the first experiment, he put a candle into the mouse inside the bell jar. After some time, he found that the candle got extinguished and even the mouse died. Similarly, he put a mint plant inside the bell jar together with the candle and the mouse. After some time, it is found that the candle was still burning and the mouse is also still alive. So still alive in this closed container. So from this experiment, Joseph Priestley concluded that the plant restored the air, whatever the breathing animals and the burning candle consumed or removed. By the middle of 19th century, key features of photosynthesis in plants were known. That the plant use light energy to convert it into chemical energy, that is carbohydrate. The green plants in the presence of sunlight convert carbon dioxide and water into carbohydrate. A scientist named Cornelius van Neel, after making experiment on the bacteria, demonstrated that photosynthesis is a light dependent reaction, and the hydrogen reduces the carbon dioxide to form carbohydrates. So during photosynthesis, the hydrogen in the carbohydrates comes from water molecule, and the he also inferred that the oxygen that is evolved by the green plant comes from water molecule. Let's discuss on the site of the occurrence of photosynthesis in plant. We have discussed about the mesophyll cell. These mesophyll cells are found in the leaf of the green plant, and it contains chloroplasts that have the green pigment called as the chlorophyll. The chlorophyll is a double membrane system consisting of grana and a stroma lamellae. The grana form a stack of pile of coin structure called as the thylakoids. So the individual thylakoid is also called as the grana, and this stroma is grana is responsible for trapping the light energy from sun and also to synthesize the ATP and NADPH. ATP is also called as the full form of ATP is adenosine triphosphate, and the full form of NADPH is nicotinamide adenine dinucleotide phosphate. So this reaction is directly driven by light. Hence, in this reaction is also called as light reaction or photochemical reaction. In this reaction form the first step of the photosynthesis. So in the first stage, that is the light reaction, ATP and NADPH are produced, and this reaction occurs in the grana of the chlorophyll. Now in stroma, the enzymatic synthesis of starch in the form of sugar takes place. This stage required ATP and NADPH that is being produced in the light reaction to synthesize sugar. So this reaction is directly depending on the product of the this reaction is directly depending on the product of the light reaction. So this reaction is also called as the dark reaction, or also called as the carbon reaction by convention, and this reaction occurs in the stroma of the chlorophyll. Now let's discuss on the pigments that are involved in the photosynthesis. What are pigments? Pigments are those substances which have the ability to absorb light at specific wavelength. So various pigments are involved in the photosynthesis process. and these pigments can be separated by using a paper called as the chromatography paper. If we look at the plant, we can see different colors. So all these colors in the plant are mainly because of the presence of 4 pigments. The first pigment is chlorophyll A, the second is chlorophyll B, the third is xanthophyll, and the fourth pigment is the carotenoids. The chlorophyll A appear blue, or appear bright or blue-green color in the chromatograph paper. Chlorophyll B appear yellow-green in the chromatography paper, and xanthophyll appear yellow, and carotenoids appear yellow-orange in the chromatographic paper. So it is due to this occurrence of different pigment in plants we find we find different colors in the nature. All these pigments, that is chlorophyll A, chlorophyll B, xanthophyll, and carotenoids, absorb light at specific specific wavelength. So chlorophyll A absorb light in the blue and red regions, and in this wavelength of light, the rate of photosynthesis is highest comparing to any other pigments. Therefore, we can conclude that chlorophyll A is the chief pigment associated with the photosynthesis and can be called as the reaction center. Other pigments such as chlorophyll B, xanthophyll, and carotenoids help to broaden the spectrum of light absorbed during photosynthesis and also protect the chlorophyll A pigment from photooxidation. So these pigments, that is chlorophyll B, xanthophyll, carotenoids, are also referred to as the accessory pigment.